Hello! Hello. It's streaming time. Don't you know? The game for today is called Headlong Racing. And the developer says that they found it in basically an old hard drive when they were going through things. It was a game they had made 8 years prior to uploading it, which was like 2020, so I guess this is like a 2012 game. And it's like, well, I took it down initially because it didn't sell. But I mean, I don't know, maybe you want it. you know? I guess I'll put it on itch. And, that's a great sign, but like, hey, I'll take a racing game. Sure, you don't get too many of those. So let's get to it. It's one of those games that, oh, come on, please. Yeah, that only runs when you have it up. The most notable thing is that the controls are very funky. This game presumably works off X input, the input codec of the Xbox 360 controller. It's one of the most commonly used gamepads by PC gamers, especially in the olden days of 2012. But it reads the PS4 controller I use, just not correctly. That closed the game for some reason. I pressed X. So let's try that one again.
Squawk.
Alright, square this time. Square does not completely close the game. That's good. Complete races and earn XP to level up and unlock new events here in career mode. When to unlock cars and tracks to play in quick race mode. Type trucks. Wait, that said progress 1 out of 100. Uh-oh. Power. Always say please and thank you. So the most notable thing about the controls, they are all strange, but the strangest one is that accelerate is left on the right joystick. And then to boost like this, it's square. And the controls are strange. You turn like really quickly, but it's very easy to spin out. Oh, just went through that pillar. So you want to make these really gentle turns, especially with all of the extra weight of, the flatbed of the semi-trailer. And, like, there's a lot of good things going for this game. It looks nice. It runs on my awful computer. There's a great sense of speed. Oop. There's a great sense of speed. Immediate death. The worst thing I can say about it is that the controls and the physics feel strange. Not even necessarily wrong, but very strange. They don't behave the way I expect them to. Bear in mind that I really don't play racing games, so I have very little experience to be going off. Really, my experience comes from, like, Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing, let's be real. Oh, and Jet Moto, the best racing game. Oh, I got third. No, I got second. Despite saying third. We take those. Oh, now I'm progress 3 out of 100 after one race. I guess because I unlocked 2 tracks? I guess that makes sense. Well, I'll go back and, like, get first place on things later. I guess I'm playing gray. May need to brake or let off the accelerator to get around a corner over my dead body. I don't know what brake is. I think it's right on the right stick. But I don't remember for sure. This car controls, I think, a little better. Oh no, I got tailboned. I got hit from behind, and that screwed up my steering. People who actually play racing games will talk about oversteer and understeer. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say this feels like oversteer. Let's call it automatic overcorrection. Thank you for all exploding to give me a chance to catch up a bit. Alright, that did not go very well. Try again. Position. You done fucked. This is a game. Don't drive like this in real life. I'll do my best. Now you may be thinking, like, why don't you just rebind the controls? Or are there no control rebinding options? There definitely are, for sure. In fact, there are rebinding options in two places. When you launch the game, you get an options menu. And when you're in the game, there's another options menu for, like, rebinding and such. Neither of them work. Just can't make heads or tails of them. I don't know what's going wrong. Again, probably something with it trying to read X input on a PS4 controller, but it sure don't work right. Oh, okay, so R2 is pause. I'm just trying to figure out what break is, you know? I've done it. Monster trucks. I can change to manual transmission. I will not be. This game is better with controller. You sure about that? Look at that jackrabbit start with a monster truck. I know terms. Oh god, that's terrifying. I do like the like junk in the road that you have to be wary about. Makes things a little bit more dynamic than just go on the road real goodly. Ah, jumps are the scariest, because you lose all control. Okay, yep, right on the right stick is brake. I suppose that makes some sort of sense. If left on the right stick is going to be accelerate. Hey, look, I'm getting better at the game. You just sort of twitch back and forth to keep steady. Oh, jeez. Oh, beans. This one's 2 laps. There, I even hit the brakes before that jump so that I didn't, like, careen into the ceiling too much. I guess I did a little bit. find the boost is better for like getting back up to speed after a small mistake than trying to hit the max speed on straightaways. Oh jeez, oh nuts. Like that. Well, I haven't even blown up once. You have to make just these little flick movements on the joystick to not, like, turn too fast. I'm considerably... That was a mistake. Okay, that went okay. But yeah, I am considerably ahead of the AI, so things are going well. Ow! My tire hit that guardrail just a little too hard, I guess. I mean, I've been hitting stuff all race, so it could be cumulative damage. Wonder what kind of rubber banding this game has. You know, rubber banding is sort of like the auto-scrolling of racing games. It's the thing that people will always complain about, but they probably will also just put it in their game anyway. But, you know, maybe there are some... Maybe this developer is more principled. And just let you be way ahead of racers if you're doing well. Which I guess seems to be the case. Oh, beans. Oh, shucks. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better at this. I leveled up. What was that, Austrian or Australian? Do you want it to be black or black but beat up? The reposition car button. I don't know what button that is. Now I'm terrified of hitting it accidentally. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh. This one controls weird. Oh man, this one really wants to turn. Oh jeez, and spin out. I mean, maybe there's some ice physics, but I feel like it's just the car itself is like that. I was talking about sense of speed, and it definitely is that on this level. Yeah, go ahead and pass me. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Until I get to a nice opportunity to use the boost. God, that, like, fishtail. Oh my god. Just spin out by hitting right for a little bit. Or hitting left, as the case may be. They're maniacs! I found the reposition button. I think it's R3. I was just sort of hitting things to try to find it. Not sure how best to take those turns. It's like, do I try to turn really hard and drift, or do I want to do it more gently and kind of slowly, but I won't lose a ton of speed? I'll get dunked on, and then I got dunked on. I hate to see it. Oh, jeez. Oh, nuts. I gotta say, this game's got me smiling. I'm grinning like an idiot playing this. It's entertaining, if nothing else. Like, as strange as the turning is, I think I prefer it over a more realistic, stiff turning, you know? I'm gonna just restart this one. It's clear I'm not... Oh, there, yeah, there's the finish line right there. Get to a nice early... I'm still going the right way? Good. Early lead! There we go, baby! Use the boosts early and often, and don't be too concerned about whether you're using them well or not. Yep. Hey, I'm still exploding over there. Well, now I'm in 6th. Oh no, guys, this one seems a bit harder than the ones I've been doing. Okay. Let's try again. I gotta blow up a little less.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
If you do that, you can pretty consistently get right into 1st at the beginning. The trick is, like, keeping it. Oh. Getting crunchy. Destroyed him. That felt dangerous. Nope, that felt more dangerous. No, look, it's my charred wreckage. Judge, I think one of my opponents is a ghost. Oh. Judge, I think the ghost is me. Because I'm dead. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I saw it coming and I was too late to avoid it. Driving through your own exploding wreckage, though, is pretty metal. A little less so doing it in a bug. Maybe it's more, actually. Oh, okay. Restart arena. Having a bit of trouble with this one.
2, 1, go.
Maybe the reason the AI doesn't use the boost there is because it is a bad idea. I mean, it's a pretty nice early lead. Except for the guy right on second is like so on top of me I did not even see him. Guy was boosting and that guy just, yeah, just tore away from me. And of course, as soon as you... Oh, that was a bad idea. As soon as you crash, it's like... It feels like you're pretty done, you know? You'll never catch up. I do think it's funny that you're pretty much always racing the same cars. I don't know, it's just like, I sort of expect there to be some visual differences between racers because I'm so used to kart racers. But I suppose that does make sense. And there was that other one that was like some Formula 1 cars and cop cars and me in like a sedan. Ooh, that was gnarly. Look at that barrel rolling down the hill. That's some physics. Yes. See, I got fifth. I'm good at this. Alright, let's keep trying that one.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
The early lead is no problem. It's just the rest of the race. Why can't this be a 100-meter sprint? Didn't take that one quite right. boost to get back up to speed and then immediately lose it again. Not so bad. Oh, oh, that was really close. I could tell I was inches from death. Like that. That's how you die. I'm catching up a bit. I really can't tell how the game calculates when you blow up or not. Again, how about that? Some smooth turning. Less smooth there. Less smooth there. I don't suppose there's an easy mode, is there? No.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
There, didn't even hit the railing this time. Don't pay attention to that. Get back here. I'm supposed to have the early lead. You can take it later. Oh, that murder made that turn as smooth as I've ever gotten it at that speed. I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of, like, actually making good use of the brakes. This was a mistake. I think that went okay, actually. Killed the balls off that guy. I got scratch my eye. Oh, oh, oof. Look at that. I'm still in first at the start of the second lap. Not by a lot, but I am there. Look at me getting better at this game. Get out of my lead. That turns a doozy. I'm mad. Come on, I was leading the whole time. Nah! Sixth. Hey, let's move on for now. I am going to flip the shit out of this car. This thing is going for a spin. Little G-Whiz. Who put the nitrous on the G-Whiz? What does that even represent? Because, like, nitrous makes the fuel burn more explosively, yeah? So, like, what is that? What is a boost in an electric car? Overclocking it, I guess? Controls alright. It feels a lot slower, even though I'm pretty sure the speed numbers are just as high. Excuse me. I mean, I won. First try. Muscle Highway. I suppose I don't need to, like, do well on... Oh boy. On every track. Got the yawns. Like always. This turns... Ooh, I was about to say a lot more gradually, but nope, never mind. I was wrong. Come on, I've already mastered this track. I played the trucks on it. Get dunked on. Also, maybe me. Only just took me out of first place, though, and I didn't blow up. I know people who use their brakes. They're called cowards. I feel like that should be a jump. Ah, jeez. Oh, beans. There we go. Ah, the race is really stratified, because, like, I'm way behind, and I'm still in fourth. The biggest danger of this track is definitely hitting the divider. That thing really messes you up. I mean, the walls too. Especially the start of a divider, that's where it really gets you. It's counted as like a head-on collision, and that hurts you more. Here's a nice straight road for a good boost. Up to 167 with that one. 167 whatevers per hour. This car is so durable. Hasn't blown up once. Whoa! Can I get a lift? I'll take second. Second is good. But first is better, suckers! Yep. First place, just barely. T-Stig. First try, baby! Even with that really bad crash that I almost just gave up on. Oh. Alright, back to the bugs. I don't know why this one is so much harder for me.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, take the early expected lead. Oh, and scrape yourself across that edge. Well, I was too gentle a turn. So gentle it didn't even register. That turn was all dead zone. Still too gentle. I'm cool with just like totally slowing down there if it means I don't crash and burn. Okay, got that hairpin coming up. It's not really that much of a hairpin, really. It's actually pretty wide. Ooh, glad he blew up, but not me. The first-ish place going into lap 2 is good. The second time I've managed that. It's that really nasty bunk. Yeah, it didn't do it very well, but at least I didn't blow up. Pretty much my motto of this game. But at least I didn't blow up. Except when I do, which is often. Now this is going down right well. Look at me go. Oh, that was scary. Oh. It's like, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. There. A whole race without blowing up. City shopping trip. I suppose I should finish more lost races just so that I, Little wet boy. back to this map. Here, I'll give you a lift. Smooth. That's a rock. That's okay, they're going even slower than me. Sharp turn into a boost to help regain some speed, I guess. I suppose that's my strategy. Almost. No, the rock! That rock is my immortal foe. Can't go through that. Looks like you can. Looks like it'd be a shortcut. Nope. That was almost smooth when I lost control of it. Oh, if I can just hold it together for like 30 more meters. I got first place. Oh, it's really warm in here, especially with my headphones on. Making my ears sweat. Place, I guess? This is really making my computer's fan go, too.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Sure. You know what? Let's just redo that one. Right, no pachoo off the gate because there's a double hairpin.
1, go.
Hey, through. Right, now pachoo. Probably hear my computer fan in the background of this whole stream, unless the music is drowning it out, which I hope it is. Music's nothing special, but it's better than the whole time. Which I will happily provide, of course, myself. Really just grating my right side on the barrier there. Oh, that was a mistake. Get wiggly in here. This big turn that I don't want to boost on, and another one, and then it should be good. On the smaller street. At least try to stay straight. Happy Pride. guy's really racing. Really trying his best. Oh, yep, yep. Okay. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, nuts. Lost a lot there. Oh, but look at these wimps braking for this turn. Giving me an opportunity. Ooh, opportunity to see outside the world. Look beyond the border. They're probably not even taking these turns at full speeds. Well, despite that bad crash, I still made it. Just the bug level has really screwed with me. On a 4x4, huh? Alright. Taking the kids racing.
2, 1, go.
Oh. I was hitting the wrong button for go. I was hitting square, which is the boost, which I didn't have any at the time. I guess we're on this track again. We're really squeezing its titties dry. Oh, whoop. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Got my engine cut in half on that one. Really got to use the boost as much as you can, because it does come back very quickly. And it has quite a big impact. It's just, you know, then that happens. Okay, I'm back with the other racers. Let's do this. You're just using the boosts aggressively. Sure, they can get you killed sometimes, but they can make up for it on their own too. And now I'm back to being convincingly in the lead. As opposed to unconvincingly in the lead. Ooh, that was a lot of junk. Car does appear to be a little damaged. That's sort of sarcasm, but also, like, I have no idea how much that the visual damage I'm showing actually means. Damage like that could just be superficial. No, body work. Not required to run the car. Just something you'd want to get fixed if you actually owned it. Oh, robbed the first place, but that's fine. Second's good enough. I don't know how long I'll play this for. It's probably something I'll come back to, more than just like finish it in one sitting or play it once and give up on it. Rather something that I maybe let stew for a week and then come back to it and be like, oh yeah, let's do more of that racing. Just fill out more of the checklist. Weird terrain definitely making me feel slow. Do you need a CDL to drive a monster truck, I wonder? Like, is it big enough to count as a commercial vehicle? I saw some sort of anti-car post that was like, I'm 6'4" and this car comes up to me. How is this legal? And I'm like, well, probably because it's under the requirements for a commercial vehicle. Another post that was like, a bicycle is true freedom, a car tethers you to it in ways you don't even think about. And it's like, yeah, well, I certainly do understand parts of that, such as needing to stop for fuel and such. Needing to do maintenance on it, which can be expensive, and you only really want to do it close to home. There's certainly aspects like that. On the other hand, I'm going to go be free 100 miles away. You want to come with? A bicycle is short-range freedom, let's call it. This track is enormous. I was like, why don't I recognize this turn? It's like, oh, because I'm still on lap 1, that's why. And even with my crashes, it's like, I think the AI is crashing too. I think the AI is having some difficulties. See that green triangle? It just is not moving. Like, did they give up? Are they okay? Gotta hit those boxes to get bananas. Banana. Still on lap 1, baby! Coming up on the End of the first lap. 4 minutes 20. That's a big one. It makes me feel pretty confident to say that there's no rubber banding in this game, considering I've completely left the AI behind. Oh, maybe they're just told to take it easy on this track because no one wanted to redo it. It's a fun track, I guess, but it's just too long. It should have been a one-lapper, you know? But I'm also pretty sure we'll be back here at some point. I'm gonna need to use the bathroom after this race. Just a heads up. Maybe I can get my yawns extracted. Plus my room's heating up pretty good. It's quite warm out and I have to keep the door closed to, you know, stop noise from coming in. And that's where the air conditioning is. So this sweaty gaming's getting pretty sweaty. Maybe splash some water in my face to wake me up. Oh, there's the stuck guy. There he is. Aw, that poor thing. He's just stuck between a... He's Austin Powers. He's stuck between two walls and he can't get out. Second lap went a lot better. I know. Well, I mean... Was going a lot better. Still not better. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've got a nice glass of ice water and a soaked hand towel to on my neck to keep me cool. Nothing I can do about the yards, though. That's part of the package. I think I did this race already, didn't I? Racing police and... Oh, I guess it's just police.
One. Go.
I want to race the police in, like, the G-Wiz. Love that little thing. That went a lot better than I thought it was going to. This race has a very boost-based economy, since there's... so many nice clean straightaways. You know, like, 3D racing games are nothing special. There's a ton of them. But this is the only one, I mean, the only one I've seen so far in the bundles. So it gets to be unusually unique. Among peers of platformers and RPGs and visual novels, the 3D racer actually stands out as something quite different. 3D racing games have long been sort of a shorthand for technological improvements in rendering. When like the SNES got the VXX chip like made, of course the first big game that used it was Star Fox, showing off the 3D capabilities of, like, the airship, or, you know, the spaceships and all that. And if you think about it, that game is fundamentally pretty similar to a racing game in that you're looking at the back of a vehicle as the world scrolls around you. And there were a number of VFX chips, SNES games that were racing games and were trying to really be a fully 3D game that ran decently well on the SNES. Some of them may have even been successful. The VFX chip, though, was like, wasn't really powerful enough to do something like that. The SNES, while it could technically render in 3D, was just very bad at it. Like, Star Fox notably runs at, like, sub 20 FPS. It's very noticeable today. Honestly, it was noticeable at the time. And it's why they didn't release Star Fox 2, even though it was basically done. It just needed some polishing, and they're like, we can't do anything about the frame rate. No amount of polishing is going to make this game run well. And it runs worse than the last one, because there's more stuff in it. And so they went, alright, just can it then. We'll make a Star Fox game for the next system we make. That was the Star Fox 64, and that game was great. Because making the easy-to-make thing, that is the rail shooter, on a system that could handle 3D just fine, meant that they were able to didn't want to go back in. That they were able to make something that looked quite nice and played well, and most importantly, they were able to add voices to it, which was rare for the N64 because of the N64 cartridge's limited storage space compared to PS1 CD discs.
In 3, 2,
So it went from being so taxing that it just wasn't good enough to release on the SNES, was so easy for the N64 that they were able to do something that was normally very difficult, which was voices. And it shows you how much of a difference there is between the SNES and the N64. They're just worlds apart, despite being released only about 5 years apart. maybe 6. And, you know, being separated by a single console generation. I would have to imagine that that was the biggest jump. If you consider the storage size of PS1 discs, it's something like a 60 times or a 6,000% increase in storage space availability between the 4th and 5th generations of consoles, which isn't entirely fair, because there is a 4th generation console that is CD based, or I suppose there are several, but there's the TurboGrafx CD or the PC Engine CD, as well as things like the Sega CD, and I guess the Philips CDI counts as 4th generation. And those use the same CDs that the PS1 would eventually use, about 300 megabytes of storage space. As opposed to cartridges, which you could do bigger, but generally speaking they maxed out at around 5 megabytes. Which is just crazy to think about how much of an increase that is. From 5 to 300. I don't think... Oh, jeez. I don't think I'm winning this one, but I will finish it for the level up, for the experience. Because they're almost done with the lap. There's like nowhere to really boost on this one because this car is already so quick and the track's pretty short. Definitely there for sure, but like even then, there's problems like that. Oh, the music stopped because one of the AI finished, I think. I don't know how much data the N64 cartridges held. I think it was like maybe 100 megabytes. It was definitely less. They had the advantage, of course, of being having much faster loading. Being flash storage as opposed to optical media, but they were smaller and a lot more expensive. Like, people talk about game prices today. N64 games were expensive. They were often $80 at the time, which, you know, 25 plus years ago, even if a 2% inflation wasn't cumulative, which of course it is, that would represent a 50% increase. So an $80 game then would be $104 or $120 now, and that's that. You know, those are the types of games that were a lot of people's childhoods. And people are saying today, like, $70 is way too much to pay for these unfinished games. People do not know what they're talking about. Games felt finished in ye olden days because you never got to see the full vision. There are tons of games that have tons and tons of cut content or multitudes of bugs. It's like, what's the buggiest Final Fantasy game? 1. What's the second buggiest? 6. What's the third buggiest? Probably 2 through 5. Actually, it'd probably be 7, really. And, like, the bugs in early Final Fantasy games are wild. To say nothing of bugs in, like, first-gen Pokemon. Second-gen is remarkably stable, though. And games with cut content, like Fallout 2 is particularly notable, that it has been since added in, re-added in by fans in unofficial patches, and it's like, wow, I guess devs at the time just didn't care, huh? Obviously an unfair thing to say, but it's like, that's what people are saying now without knowing any better.
Go.
Metal Gear Solid 2 also has buckets of unused content. And unfinished ideas. And it's held up today as a really good game. And while people complained about it at the time, it wasn't for the unused stuff, it was for the marketing strategy of hiding Raiden. I'd also like to hypothesize or postulate people who talk about games with low frame rates being unplayable, and of course this came up a lot in regards to Pokemon Scarlet Violet, in which, yes, the low frame rate of the game is a bummer. It is a negative point for the game. It is a point against the game's quality. But I see all the time people saying that that Scarlet Violet is the worst Pokemon game, and often will connect it to the technical issues. To which I would say, so like a game running at 20 FPS is unacceptable, and certainly could never be the best game. And of course, at that point, it should be obvious that I'm leading. When one of the most common games to win popularity, one of the games one of the games that most commonly wins popularity contests for best game ever is Zelda Ocarina of Time, which literally runs at 20 FPS at best. So apparently, it is acceptable for a game to run at 20 FPS if everything else, or like, if you like it enough, right? If it does enough things right that you're willing to overlook that. And to me, yes, absolutely, Scarlet Violet does plenty of things right for me to overlook its flaws and call it a very good game. Not the best game, that's 5th gen. Not the second best, that's 7th gen, which also had frame rate issues. I'm not even coming close on this one. Let's see about skipping it. Don't do that. I did not press that. It's like queuing my inputs. Oh boy. But the writing in Scarlet Violet is some of the best I've ever seen in a Pokemon game, notably. But like, even without the for a Pokemon game qualifier, it's still like pretty well written. It's still like in a vacuum B+ writing, which is way above the D- that Pokemon gets with like the old games and like the C- that it got with like 6th and 8th gen. C- might be a bit kind. But for a Pokemon game to be genuinely like pretty well written was really surprising. It made not just me, but a lot of people cry. And maybe it was cheating with the sad dog, but that wasn't the only reason why it caused people to get misty-eyed. Arvin's struggle with the neglect he faced from his parent, mother or father, depending on which game he played, was quite relatable to a lot of people, and felt pretty real. There were lots of people who said that essentially Arvin is the main character. And he really is. And you see all the time people are saying, I hated that Arvin guy at first, but by the end I fully supported him and wanted him to succeed, and he was my favorite character. And it's like, yeah, because he, like, grew, which is one of my most important principles about RPGs, is that they should feature fundamental character growth, especially of the protagonist, but ideally from side characters as well. And yeah, it absolutely does. And I think that's really impressive from a game from a game series with such a reputation for having writing take a back seat. Like, imagine if there was that kind of character growth in a Mario game, especially a platformer. Never mind one of the RPGs. Like, it would be something really notable. This one's interesting. The bounciness of this car. Makes it hard to do small turns, because, like, your turns aren't always doing anything because you're off the road. Game had to have a think about that one. It had to ponder what to do. Anyway, what I'm saying is Pokemon Scarlet Violet is good. Well, I play this weird racing game. This conventional racing game, really. That's only weird because of its inclusion in the itch.io bundles, which mostly contain 2D games, largely platformers, RPGs, and visual novels. That's what's weird about it. Not really its gameplay. Although in this level, yeah, the gameplay is pretty weird. Because the cars are so bouncy. And the track is so bumpy. Thanks for the boost. Thanks for the bump. I keep it up right with me. Yeah, that was the problem last time too. Gotta figure out how to take that spot better. Or I can take third place and be happy with it. Let's do that. No, don't go back in. It's just gonna keep doing that, I guess. The ice in my ice water is already all melted. Can you have a manual transmission in an electric car? I don't know if you can. I don't know these things very well. I also like how in modern electric, like sports cars, they put in a speaker that plays rumbly car noises, because people were not even complaining, they were underestimating how fast they were going when they didn't have the audio feedback of a rumbling engine. So yeah, as you go faster in really fast electric cars, you at least have the option to turn on a sound that goes, which helps let you know in a way that you're familiar with. Hey, you're going real fast. You need to be very careful. Like, I ain't gonna stop you, but you are going very fast. They turn so sharply and cleanly. I was trying to turn gently there, and I was just hitting the dead zone. Like, I was definitely moving the joystick, but it wasn't enough for the game to register it as anything. It was like, I ain't seen nothing. Birds chirping? I don't hear a thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. One of the batteries starts growing. Ooh. Yeah, it seems like there is some AI difficulty scaling. Like, it's just getting better at racing in the later levels, which is a problem for me. Because while I am getting better, it's not that much. Caught up pretty nicely there by maintaining a perfectly straight trajectory. Getting the most out of that boost. Getting very little out of that turn. Let me in. I was hoping to take that turn really tightly and make up some places. But nope. 5th place it is. Well, let's try that one again. I think I can win that one. This cold washcloth on my neck feels really nice, by the way. I think I'm gonna do a claw grip and have my finger like on the boost, because you really gotta like boost on cooldown here. This car can handle the extra speed really well because it handles so well, and the track is not very difficult, just like conceptually. So you really want to be boosting whenever you can. Oh, everyone died. Oh. Alright. Restart. 2 early crashes like that? You can't be having that.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
And like barely making it up to them with the boost on. Like they boost too, and it's hard to tell since flames don't shoot out with this guy. Oh my god, he's dead. Oh my god, he's dead. Yeah, you have to be going straight for a really long time to get that, like, 150 whatevers per hour on this thing. Ooh, that was a really good straightaway. Ooh! Nailed it! clearly both boosting there, and you know, he's taking out just a bit. Yeah, get dunked on. No! Yeah, even that's not really a tight enough turn to require you to do much braking. Honestly, respawning from getting destroyed is pretty quick. It's just, yeah, you move really fast in this game, so you lose a lot of progress on everyone else when you break. When you break. When you die. That's a pretty good one. So turning gets a little spooky, gets a little scary when you're at that 150 mark. Can't be saving boosts. You really got to boost on cooldown. Just let her rip. Don't try to save it for like good straightaways. Ooh, that was pretty close, but actually went pretty well. I'll take third. I'll take third on that. That was tough. That was hard. That was just... You gotta race well the whole time, you know? Stop doing that. How much more is there? There appears to be a lot. Oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm a little under halfway. So yeah, I think I'll go to about 2 hours and then call it quits, and one more stream should wrap it up. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to the cow level in Mario Kart Wii.
3, 2, 1, go.
That's a one-lap race. This road is really narrow. It's very bumpy off the road. Jerk! Let's just restart that one. That one wasn't looking good.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know how much time, how much speed you really lose from being off-road. Definitely lose a lot of speed for that, that's for sure. All these people coming up on me and then I boost and just kill them. Little shortcut. Definitely helped. Oh, I'd say you lose more traction than anything for being off-road. Man, I blow these guys up, and they get right back in, and I blow up, and I'm just at the back for free. There you go, that helped me catch up a little bit. Come on, I'm boosting. Like, I'm boosting and cutting corners. How do they keep getting ahead of me? Jesus. Those guardrails killer. One of them just finished. Wow, not even remotely close.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it definitely seems more important to avoid hitting, like, a rail than it is to avoid going off-road. Yeah, or avoid just that, but, like, how? Yeah, that's not even gonna be close. This one also seems like pretty impossible.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, yeah, it seems you don't lose any speed, at least on this off-road. So staying on the road is really not important. It's making me frustrated. It does feel like the AI are not following the same rules. Oh, that's it for that attempt. Exploding while in 6th place, you're done.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
I am starting to get a little frustrated with it. Yeah, there's that high top speed that it can get to, 150 or so. What was that? Okay. I think I've had enough of this for now. Yeah, there's no, like, difficulty mode or anything. It's, like, it's pretty fun. And I'll play more of it later. But the AI does seem to be getting a little too hard. It just feels like they're faster than you for free, and I don't know if that's the case, but with my experience with racing games, committing to beating this game is not always gonna happen. It's not gonna always be reasonable. What can I say? But that's it for today. For tomorrow, we've got Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. This is one of the games that was on the first few pages of the Racial Justice Bundle, so it got a little more attention. And I've heard, like, some vague positive things about it, but I have no idea what it is. So